Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube Editor's Perspective Podcast. Alrighty, so, it's the usual bunch, compros, loan, proceed, yada, yada, yada. Alright, so today we have a topic that has been
building for a while.
I guess building for a while. Which actually, the DLC came out, so we can't really talk about that.
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Here.
Yeah, well, so I guess we won't count it for now. Talking about the Assassin's Creed 3 debate, whatever you want to call it, discussion. But there's a couple things.
Discussion.
The Creed discussion continued. It will never die. But a couple things I want to do. One, I actually have a story from work that I want to talk about.
Yeah, go for it.
It was just one of those random occurrences that could never happen
Anywhere else.
Except for a few things. And then like an article that I talked to BG about that, or I think I messaged him about that I definitely want to discuss. So in the buffer period between my full-time job and when I got out of college, I went back to Kmart, which is, a lovely place to work.
Isn't it though?
Where the best people go to shop.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the only big retail store in my town, so everybody goes there. But anyways, so I've been working a lot recently just because they like me there, and when they like you, they make you come to work earlier. And by earlier, I mean 6 a.m. So this last weekend, I had Saturday and Sunday, I worked 6 to noon. It was lovely. It was a wonderful weekend. I hope people can hear the sarcasm in my voice. But, so we have these cleaning people that are all Hispanic. I believe I think they're from
workers.
I think they're from Puerto Rico, which I guess will be clarified when I talk about it. So there's two ladies and then this guy. I think only one of the women actually knows English, because I think they were hired as a group. And the guy, he mostly does like the waxer or the buffer and then the aisle cleaner.
Right.
And like the only two words that I've heard him say in English are "excuse me" and "sorry," as he like comes by as we're like stocking stuff. However, this is where the story kicks in. I go to the back room and he's back. I guess he walked back there too for my break, and I just kind of sit there. I had bought food, about to sit down and watch some TV, and then I hear him like say something, of course in Spanish. Don't understand. I turn around, he's holding up a soda. I was like, "Oh, thank you." I wanted to say gracias, but I was just like, eh. Let's not do that. But
I'm sorry, are you in this episode?
I was laughing. I didn't start freaking, oh, you need to do this to render. No.
But anyways, so I take it, and it's called Tropicola, and then he's kind of looking at it, turn around, and then he like says something, and I'm like, oh, what? And he starts speaking in Spanish, and I was just like, oh, great. I'm going to try to figure out what he's saying. And so he's like, Tropicola. I was like, yeah. And then it's on the label, it says Tropicola, the champagne of beer. So he's like, he says something. I hear him say Puerto Rico. So I'm like, okay, this is probably imported from Puerto Rico. And he's like, Tropicola is like la champagne. I'm like, the champagne of, soda. He's like, yeah. It was like, sí. And then, of course, I held back saying, gracias again. And so I'm like, okay, he gave it to me. Like, open it up, take a drink. It tasted like cough syrup. It tasted disgusting. It was one of those things where I was like, it was one of those things you just kind of look and I'm like,
Are you in this episode?
I said 2 words. You were having conversations. All the way up here, you couldn't even be bothered to get up.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where I like held back gracias and you're like, oh bueno. Like, it's just like, oh god. He's kind of like shaking his head. I put it down and that was one of those things I'm like, okay, wait for him to get off work. Wait for him to go out of the break room. Wait for him to go out of the break room. He leaves. I immediately go to the bathroom, dump it down the sink, buy a Mountain Dew. It was awful. Like, if you could put grape, like, tasting drink anything and cough syrup together, That's what that soda tasted like. I can't even. Oh. So yeah, Tropicola from Puerto Rico. If you ever decide to visit, the eventual 51st state of the United States, don't buy it. Don't buy it. It tasted awful. I'm sure I'll have more stories from Kmart as these couple months go by. I don't have anything that matches deli swag just yet, but we'll see.
Yo, I'm the god of Kmart. I got that.
There's a dude there that
price cut swag.
There's this dude there that is kind of cocky.
It's like, look at me, I'm rolling back these prices.
Realize where you work?
Like, not about Kmart. He's just a cocky person in general. Like, I think one of the days he came in, and like, that was one of the things, when I came back, everyone, just because I was a really good worker when I was there, everybody, was happy I'm back. And then this guy, his name is Steve, he was, like, the one point he came in, just like one guy, Kevin, who I worked with, he's really cool. He's my old manager now. He's like the backroom guy who I work with when I, unload trucks. Mm-hmm. He's, anytime you come in, like, I come in, Mike! And, like, he just kind of does that for everybody.
Yeah.
And then Steve comes in, he's like, Steve! And then, like, Steve comes in, he's like, I don't see anyone else getting that kind of treatment when they come in. It's one of those things where I just kind of stopped him, like, keep working. Don't mind it. I'm only here for a few months. But, yeah. So I'm sure I'll have more stories as time goes by, but, yeah.
Well, Mike, you could always be that you could always be that guy who has that price rollback swag.
Yeah. Just take the little price guns, just make some holsters for it.
Yeah.
Do a twirl.
When someone walks by and you do a price, you look at your co-employee and you see that? She's gonna buy this now because I rolled it back. I got that rollback swag.
Blue light special, bitch.
You see that smiley face? That's my face.
Yeah, I've never. Never. Anyways, the article that I showed BG that I was talking about earlier. So, we all know Michael Bay, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Massive hate.
Mm-hmm.
So, guess who's playing April O'Neil?
Megan Fox.
Yes. So, apparently they mended any wounds that had transpired from Transformers 3.
Which they didn't.
And
no, she just didn't want to do Transformers.
No, there was there was reports of sexism and stuff like that. And I mean, think about how they treated her in the movie, where they called her character like a dumb bitch and how she was a whore. Like they literally like bashed her character, and in the sense Megan Fox in the movie. So yeah, there was some broken fences that they apparently mended, and now she's playing April O'Neil. I actually, speaking of that, I guess we could talk about the Oscars too if need be. But
you guys can go ahead, because what were we doing during the Oscars?
Well, I'm not in this episode.
When were the Oscars?
last Sunday.
Last Sunday? Oh, we were watching wrestling.
I didn't watch the Oscars at all. I did see that what's his name did win an Oscar though from Django.
Yeah, Christoph Waltz won again for a Quentin Tarantino movie, Best Supporting Actor.
That's definitely like you knew that was coming.
Yes,
he just
like
played
those
that
are
role too well.
Pretty much, I just wanted Django to win every category it was in, which it won for him, and then Best Screenplay. Then Quentin Tarantino run for Best Screenplay for Django. But actually, the big news about the Oscars was Seth MacFarlane's controversy, which I watched it for a good chunk of it, and in honesty, as a person who knows Seth MacFarlane's work, as in Family Guy and some of the stuff that like can barely get past TV censors, he was tame.
What was the controversy?
Just some of the things like, just some of the stuff that was deemed, inappropriate humor or something like that. And I mean, it's a lot of old people that are like getting offended by it. And whatever, like conservative-esque people that think, the Oscars should be about traditionalism and, stuff. But a lot of the past Oscar hosts, I think, besides like Jon Stewart, have been kind of bland. There's like he did a Broadway like musical type number called "We Saw Your Boob." It was just like it was talking about a lot of the actresses that have been topless in movies. It was like blah blah blah, we saw your boob, da da da, we saw your boob, and then they had like this giant chorus. It was like the gay men's chorus of whatever city they were in, and just some other jokes. Like some of them were kind of like a little on the edge. Like there was one he's like a Django. Let me pull up the quote, but he made a Chris Brown and Rihanna joke.
Yeah, I know about that one.
Or it's like he's talking about Django, where it's just like, where blah blah goes to depths where his wife is being tortured in that, or as Chris Brown and Rihanna call it, a date movie. And the thing was like, oh, he made like an Abe Lincoln joke, and this is one of those things where, the Oscars hired him, so they knew exactly what they were getting into when they hired him, and I thought he did a great job. Like there's a really nice like funny skit with him and William Shatner, where it's like William Shatner as Captain Kirk is in the future. It's like I came from the future to prevent you from what you're doing right now. You're going to be slated as the worst Oscar host ever. It's like news articles, and then they keep trying to change some things. They had like Daniel Radcliffe and oh god damn it, Gordon Levitt. I can't remember his first name for the life of me right now, but they come out and do a little Broadway number, and then it's just like, okay, it got a little better. It's like Seth MacFarlane, one of the most mediocre hosts of the Oscars, and he's like, it's actually probably one of the most positive articles that have been written about me, so I think I'm good now.
He gets a lot of heat though.
I mean, but that's one of the things where any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, true.
And he's just one of those guys who's just like, who the hell cares? The guy's a good singer too. He actually has a whole like Broadway album.
Really?
That he actually like sing. He can sing and dance and like do like. He's a classically trained singer, which is why like he can sing in character so well for Family Guy. As Peter,
yeah,
Quagmire, everyone. But I mean like Oscars, whatever. A few of the things that I'd wanted to win. But you're talking about April O'Neil and I felt like we were leading into something and it went away.
Nope.
The Ninja Turtles thing. You're talking about Michael Bay and the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, okay. The reason I brought up the Oscars is just because last year Jimmy Kimmel,
right?
He made like this short. It was like Movie the Movie or something like that. It was called, and it was just like a spoof on like all the movies that had come out that year. And he made a sequel to Movie the Movie V2. And when we were talking about different board games that could be made into movies, when the whole Battleship discussion,
right?
He spoofed that. Like he had like it was a army. Like the whole premise was like there's an army of sexy monsters, vampires, mummies, zombies. It's the whole Twilight thing, and then there's a spoof on that. The Avengers, a whole bunch of other movies. But then like it shows Samuel L. Jackson pulling out a thing, and then it was like this blockbuster based on the award, based off of the children's board game, and then it just shows Samuel going Jenga.
Are you kidding?
Fall on all the zombies.
Seriously?
Yeah. I'll post it in the link dump when this is uploaded to YouTube, which I am caught up. Besides a few episodes that just got uploaded today, I am caught up on the link dump. Fuck my life. That was literally just sitting here and just like looking for link. And we haven't got to the best and worst episode. That's going to be pain in the ass.
Yes, it is. Good luck with that one.
Yeah. So, it sucks. But it needs to be done. So, yeah, okay, let's get to the main topic, which is what we are here for. We have had many an episode where Proceed and BG have debated about the Assassin's Creed series. They have given all their points on it, and we decided that definitely when Assassin's Creed 3 came out. Like that reporter. But we would definitely have a discussion on it and see if BG's opinion changed on it or whatever. Which I figured as much. So I'm going to preface this on saying that this game was definitely... I mean, I like the Creed series as a whole, but it was probably one of my least favorites.
3?
Yeah. Reason being is just the glitchiness.
Give me an order.
Hmm?
Give me an order. It's your least favorite.
Alright, so best or worst?
Yep.
2, Brotherhood. 1, 3, Revelations.
That's probably the order.
Same order for you?
Yep.
I find that weird.
Why?
For some reason. I don't know. I find that weird that I'm like... With your opinion on it, that we have a shared opinion. But, what's your order, Proceed, of the game so far?
Well, so far, my favorite is... It goes 2, 3, 1...
Ooh.
No. Hold on. It goes 2, Brotherhood, 1, Revelations, 3...
3 is his favorite?
3 is my least favorite. The thing is, they're all very close together, so actually judging them like from 1 to whatever is a little difficult, mainly because when it comes right down to it, 2 and Brotherhood are basically tied for me, and so is 1 in Revelations.
Okay.
Basically, 3 is the only one that really stands alone from the other 4.
Revelations was terrible.
Well, it wasn't terrible. I mean, I'm going to say I enjoyed the plot, the mechanics.
Same.
The mechanics were sketchy. That's why I tie it with 1, because the mechanics were sketchy, but the plot was awesome.
But, yeah, going into 3, I would like to go replay it just to see if maybe any patches fixed anything.
They did. I played it again recently, actually. They released a patch, and it fixed a lot of... I haven't fallen through the floor anymore. That was a little bit disconcerting.
I never had that. That happened to me in 2. I was on a horse, and I was going across the bridge, and I kind of jumped off the bridge to the side,
Right.
and then I just saw the land rise above me and start to slowly drift away. I was just like,
I've got one better for you. I was doing the story mission of 2, when you have to assassinate that guy, but in Florence, in that big palazzo, and you have to dive into the water to get away.
Mm-hmm.
I dove into the water, but I dove into the air into eternity. Like, I literally went into infinity and beyond.
Did a Ghost in the Shell dive?
Yes.
Essentially.
Yeah, I was just like, what? No. And what's worse is I had to restart the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was just
Replay
like,
the whole mission.
no. And then, no. Then my next playthrough, I went to assassinate the guy, and I got stuck in the staircase. Like, literally stuck in the staircase. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? What's funny is those were the only 2 bugs I ever caught in the entire game.
Yeah, me following through was the only one that I had for...
Yeah, I had 2. They were in the same area, and it was just like, the same time frame. I was just bullshit.
The biggest thing I had in 3 was a lot of refresh rate issues.
Yeah, well, that was a problem with the game itself. Everybody had that issue.
Yeah, so as far as the textures, just like I'd be running in an area and just everything would be like blotchy and blurry. I'm just like, where am I?
When it comes right down to it, that's a big part of the game's fault, is that the engine was great. You gotta give the new engine they were using props, because it really was amazing. It did its job, but I'm gonna go with the whole Bethesda thing. It was a little ahead of its time because the current gen consoles couldn't really render everything out as it needed to be rendered out. I think Creed 3 built for the next gen would have been better. Because I think it would have had the power to play it like it was meant to be played. I feel like what held this game back a lot is the current gen system.
Has it come out on the PC yet?
Yes, it has. I hear it's a lot better. Wait, hold on. Has it? No.
No,
Let me check.
Since Creed 3 PC. It did?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, it
almost.
did.
Yeah. It came with the first 2 patches installed or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I figured I was right. Yeah, I've heard it's really good in
I
comparison.
can imagine the hardware, of a
Yeah.
high-end PC could probably handle.
Yeah, things actually load
Stuff a
on
little
time
better.
and shit. I mean,
Yeah. And I played it very briefly for the Wii U when I got my Wii U just to see the differences. Like graphics, I couldn't really tell, and the only issue I ran into it with, like they didn't implement the controller as well as the Dark Knight, or I mean, whatchamacallit, Arkham City.
Why would you say Dark Knight?
I thought Batman, and that just came into my
Can I-
head. But Arkham City,
can I pause?
it didn't.
Can I pause the thought for a second here? I'll
Why?
throw something out here. I had the misfortune of refreshing my Facebook just now, and John just shared a new picture on there. He is the bane of my Facebook existence, by the way. Ever since I added him, nothing but reposted 4chan images every 5 seconds. But here's what he just posted. It's a 4chan image, but it says, "The Pope quit. The Pope quit. A meteor fell on Russia. An asteroid came close to Earth. There's snow in Arizona. Star Wars and Star Trek have the same director. Who the fuck is playing Jumanji?" That is fucking good.
It does seem the parallel, but anyways, getting back on topic.
Who the fuck is playing Jumanji? I want to watch that movie now. I like that movie.
Yeah. But like I said, it wasn't implemented. The touchpad controller wasn't implemented as well as, say, Arkham City. But the main issue I came across in that game, and it's not the game's fault. It's just the controller scheme on the Wii U is the same as Xbox, but the letters are reversed on X and Y and A and B. So when the QuickTime events would happen, be like B, no, don't shit, A, no, wolf, get off.
I had a system for dealing with wolves. Fuck it, conserving ammo, and I just blew them away.
I got good at the QuickTime events later in the game, but just for the Wii U, it took me a while, and that was the same thing with Arkham City too. Just doing the dodges and stuff like that, or whenever a prompt would come up on the screen.
Oh god,
I'd press the wrong button.
I'd go batshit crazy playing those games on the Wii U.
I got used to it, but it was just one of those things where it was just a learning curve when I first started playing it.
What about you, BG?
Sorry, I spaced out. What?
Durr.
All right. Well, I guess just let's get into since we've kind of just gone over some of the small things that we talked about, and I guess now we'll refute you in your
griping.
Yes.
Okay, where am I starting? Character?
Start from where you feel strongest about the game and work from there.
For the series or the game?
Right now we're gonna focus on 3. We'll move on from there.
3, the missions. For an open world game, they were very streamlined, and claustrophobic isn't quite the right word, but you don't feel the open area-ness of it.
You mean this actual story mission?
Yeah, any mission, not just going around getting animal carcasses or something, but actual missions. It's just go to B and you gotta go this way.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So for an open world game, it's not really like that.
Yeah, the missions definitely felt like it withheld a lot of the game's potential.
That is and I know DA is going to laugh, a rarity in a lot of open world games.
Best pony.
Best pony.
I mean, in Skyrim, it was just a lot of fetch quests, and they usually always put you in a dungeon
fetch quests.
It wasn't really open world. That happened a lot in the Old Republic, when I played that, the MMO, the Star Wars MMO that came out,
Yep.
beginning of last
And
year.
dive bomb
And-
immediately.
And I'm trying to think of other open world games that have come out recently. Any examples that I can't think of?
You don't-
that you guys-
you don't-
Any what?
You don't really
Like any-
see it in sandbox games, though.
like claustrophobic open world games.
Claustrophobic open world games.
It's kind of like what BG's saying about
There's
AC3.
few and far between.
Yeah. Like, I really can't name any.
But
Like, how's Borderlands?
Borderlands...
I mean, you
It's-
can get
It's Borderlands is kind of varied. It's like it's either kill this, unlock this, do this, but I mean, but in the in between, you have to do a lot of shit just to do that one thing. Like
Yeah.
fighting this raid boss, Pyro Pete, in the new DLC, in one of the new DLC. You have to continuously deal with fire and poison damage, and you have to know like when to use like these pipes that bring down water to clear off the dots on you. So when you get rid of the damage over times, and it's just like you have to be careful what, because when you do that, it sends out enemies from the pipes, which are either rats or bugs. So it's like you kind of have to really be careful how you go about things. It's not like it's as easy as go here, kill this, and then come back. There's
Yeah.
a lot of tasks that you have to go through in order to just complete that one part.
I think a game that actually did it good these last few games was Far Cry.
Yeah, haven't played it yet. I'll probably play it when my buddies.
I recommend if it can handle it PC,
Right.
just because that game is a lot more beautiful.
Well, I'm going to be enjoying
Tomb
Skyrim on PC at my friend's place.
When does that come out?
what
Tomb Raider.
Who cares?
next Tuesday, I believe. And Tomb Raider it's open world on an island, but you can pretty much do anything you want and attack targets from wherever you want.
But just to me, actually, IGN posted something that interested me. It's like if you liked these games, you will probably like Tomb Raider. Let me there we go. Pull that up. It said if you love, this is the gruesome kills, weapon upgrade systems, batshit insane cults, and life or death QuickTime events of Resident Evil 4, the awesome freedom to explore a massive world that opens up more and more as your items improve in Metroid Prime and Arkham City, and intense shootouts, treasure hunting, relic pillaging, ruin climbing, and massively epic, highly scripted set pieces straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster film like Uncharted, you'll love Tomb Raider. And I like all those. So, especially I like the weapon system and like the Metroid Prime-esque freedom. So I'll probably be either renting it or picking that up. I mean, it's the first game I'll have bought since Last Story, which, I mean, that was actually, I can't even say I bought that just because I think I used GameStop credit. I had last new game, Far Cry, probably. And that came out, what, November?
I think it was December, actually.
Yeah, so it's been a few months. But getting back to Assassin's Creed 3, I can understand what you mean, though, by claustrophobic.
Yep.
Especially the final mission, which I guess we'll say, spoilers abound for anyone that,
Clearly.
doesn't want the game spoiled. Fuck you. So,
Yeah, agreed.
But the last mission, where you're running through the burning building, I died so many times.
Did you really?
Well, no, there's two things. For some reason, like, he always freaking got away from me. Like,
That
the
was
motherfucker-
only in the beginning when I was chasing him on the dock.
I
He
was
would
chasing him on the-
always get more than 50 meters away.
Yeah, for some reason, like, he, was on
He
speed
had
or something.
fucking energy legs. He had the speed of Kenyans.
And you had to go this certain route perfectly
Yeah.
in order to actually keep up with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And if, there's a couple times where some dude with a fucking box would get in my way. I'm like, you son of a bitch! Why? It's like, reset. Guy gets in my way again. Just like,
It's like,
like, it's one of the closest I've come to recently to spiking a controller.
Oh.
yeah.
Just like this is fucking NPC. This guy right here. I want him to die.
I want him dead. I want his kids dead. I want his family
Of course,
dead.
if you tried to kill him, and it was just like, oh no, you don't kill civilians. Well, this asshole, he's a Templar. I know.
It's like, you know what? He's gotten him away enough times. Guess what? Deserves to die.
Yeah, God, but yeah, and then getting into the house, like the first time I got in there after like freaking 10 or 15 tries, I'm like, yes, I don't have to like super keep up with this asshole. And then I get to this one part where I like climb up this area and there's no discernible way to jump just because there's fire all over.
Yep.
And then you have to wait a few seconds and then like
That was a boat. That's not a house,
like,
right? You're running through a boat.
There's a boat, whatever. But it was either that or like you had to shoot something. I forget what it was. But it was just like there was no discernible way. I'm like trying to jump on something. I keep falling. I fall in the fire and die. I'm just like 15 more times. Asshole keeps getting in my way. I want to kill him. Get back to the. I keep saying house. Get back to the boat. Die again. And it's just like it.
Luckily for me, after I got past the pier, everything kind of came easy. I kind of like was on his ass the entire time, and at the very end, when I got him, at that scene where he's sitting at the bar having a drink, and then Connor just pulls him in. I'm just like, God, yes, I feel Connor's exhaustion.
But yeah, that point. But yeah, the claustrophobia. In that moment, I think it's solidified. It kind of sucks because it's the last mission. But yeah. So, anyways, next point, PG.
The ending.
What about it?
That man should have died.
Nobody wants the pony man.
The pony man.
His 2 cents are not welcome here.
You'll just have to imagine the pony man.
You will just have to imagine his information. Because none of us actually care.
Anyways, ending.
Continue, BG.
He's still going.
I'm not in this anymore. This is wrapping up the Desmond story, I would assume.
Okay, you're talking about the end of the Desmond story, not the end of Connor. Okay, go ahead.
So, that's a weak ending for this 5-game. I'm not going to say epic, because the last time there was an epic story, it was Mass Effect. But for this 5-game thing, that it's a build up, and that's just a poor payoff.
I blame the Dark Knight, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, I actually do.
Back to the
Because it was. I think they took the whole mentality of you either die the hero or live out your life long enough to see yourself become the villain mentality there. Desmond literally knew that eventually he would become the reason people fought and killed each other, and instead he used that to say he'd rather die now and let people fight on in his place, continue to struggle. But at least they have a better chance of some idiotic rebuilding and him being a new Christ or some shit. So I definitely felt the whole Dark Knight vibe there.
I think, though, they could have pulled off the, I'll say, cinematography of it. It's the wrong term, but, like, the presentation of it a little more epically.
Oh, yeah, that...
It's more or less it's like, bam, died. What's-her-face comes back. Juno comes back. End game. I was like...
Well, no, I mean, it was... That whole end was basically Juno and... what was her name? It was Juno and somebody else.
Oh, God. I'm blanking on...
Why is Rebecca coming up?
What?
I don't know.
Chambers?
Where is that coming from?
Resident Evil?
She hasn't been in a Resident Evil for like 10 years, but she shows up in Assassin's Creed. What's up? What?
We heard you guys got blue people.
You need a medic? I'm here. Oh, he's dead.
He's dead, Jim.
Oh, that crap.
I brought a Jill sandwich. Get the fuck out of here. Wasn't funny the first time.
Yeah, God, it was Oh, I almost said Morgana. God, too much dot hack. Um,
Oh, there was a
There you go.
Rebecca.
Yeah,
it was
it's what's her face.
Juno and oh, fuck it.
Juno, fuck it. Title.
They just gave up.
Uh,
Morticia.
Minerva.
Whatever.
Minerva. There we go.
Minerva. Juno and Minerva. They were basically having that whole, like good demon, bad demon, good angel on the shoulders argument going on. It's like, you don't listen to her. You can still save everything. And she's like, no, release me. It'll be cool and shit. And
That was the actual dialogue. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, it'll be cool and shit. Desmond's like, oh, fuck it. Okay.
it's like, yo, cool. I'll
Die.
totally let myself die right now. Let's go.
Because it'll be cool and shit.
It'll be cool and shit.
Do drugs and it'll be cool and shit.
Big blue people will walk the earth again, and my people will be enslaved. But you know what? Fuck it. You motherfuckers can fight.
It'll be cool and shit.
But I mean, they were that whole ending was them bickering back and forth with the whole, okay, I'm the good one, listen to me, and then there's the, I'm really the bad one, but I make the most
Necessary.
sense, listen to me.
A necessary evil.
Yeah. So it was just like in the end, I agreed with what Desmond did, but I didn't like the way they showed it off.
Yeah, they could have
Yeah. I
showed a
again,
plot.
I like the path the plot took. If Desmond would have become like the Grand High Master of the new religion thing path, I'd have been disappointed because I never saw that as Desmond's character. He's not the pillar type.
Savior.
No, he's not the pillar type, like the pillar of strength type. He's more
Martyr.
the martyr. Yeah, exactly. He's more the one who just does what he has to do, and then is just this one silently in the background, just going to continue on, which is now what he is entirely. He's the ideal of continue to fight on even until you know you're about to fall. So, which is why I definitely like what they did with it, but how they did it is no. It was just no.
All right. Here's a question for BG since he brought up Mass Effect, which actually my one roommate who was like who's a really big Mass Effect fan just recently tried to replay it.
Oh,
3. He's just like, I got 20 minutes in, got so fucking bored.
Yeah.
But he hates the ending too. What would you say had the worst ending?
Oh, Mass Effect.
yeah, Mass Effect. Have you guys played it though? Have you played it with the reprised ending?
I've watched them.
And with Leviathan.
No, look, I said I was done with Mass Effect. I have not played any of the DLCs. I don't even own the game anymore.
Yeah, I sold mine
I'm
too.
done with that series.
What's funny is I own a Mass Effect hat. I got it from GameStop when Mass Effect 3 was released. I still am proud to wear the ME hat, the N7 cap, but it's just like Game 4 needs to really fix a lot of things.
Yeah, lots and lots and lots.
Mm.
I mean, by then we'll be playing it on Google Glass V2, but I mean,
I will not own those. I refuse.
then you'll be the super hipster.
I have normal glasses.
No, he'll be like that new breed of hipster too with the Google Glass. Like, okay, Glass, Tumblr, I have these. Worship me.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, speaking of Tumblr, I did the super egotistical thing and Googled my own username just to see what would pop up.
Oh yeah.
People have been reposting Baboom on their Tumblrs all over the fucking place.
Have you looked at your views lately?
What have?
Yes, I have. Oh, of course. I've been waiting there just so I could say it's over 9,000. My views are over 9,000.
Just drop dead.
You're done.
Take DA with you and go to hell.
All right, DA. Okay, fine. Just let's go.
DA's like, can I bring Timmy with me? I brought him from the playground.
Yep. That only took 20 minutes.
You know what? I can't even help myself. I literally, like I said, I spent the past 2 days watching podcasts, and I watched the vidcast, and it just reminded me of just how amazing that first night was with the Diddler video. Oh my God, that was possibly the best moment of the year for me. Just, oh God, that was just pure awesomeness. And then
those moments are rare to catch on camera.
they are. That's why I love it so much. It's like I can look back on that forever. When he is sitting in the corner,
It'll be there
when he is
forever.
sitting there in the corner, shaking and crying, I didn't get the job. They thought I loved children. I can still point and laugh and be like, Diddler.
All right. Going to BG again.
Yeah.
Next point.
Creed 3.
Okay, next point. Connor is boring.
He's no more boring than it. He's no more boring than Altair.
No, of course, but he was whatever.
It
It was very quick for him. After expanding so much on Ezio, and then you just get this.
Well, then I mean that's another thing I was about to say. It's like there aren't many characters that can pull off what Ezio did. Like Ezio's character was made to be the suave or the Italian aristocrat. Altair was the quiet assassin monk. Connor is the Native American warrior. They're both the types that don't talk much, except to consistently say that he's doing it for his people.
Like the first day at Youmacon, when we were playing Assassin's Creed, you would not shut the fuck up. I do it for my people.
Yes. For my people.
This person is bear. I kill it for my people. I'm going to get my Youmacon badge for my people.
I didn't I?
You did. Like, once we actually got to Youmacon stuff, it went away. But since Assassin's Creed was on your brain for that first night and a half.
Yeah. I'm going to go get the badge for my people. I'm grabbing a beer for my people. I'm mocking DA and his child love for my people.
But yeah, just...
Oh God, DA was down with the syndrome that night.
That moment.
Bring that back. Terrible joke.
Because that was funny.
Oh, but it just shows how terrible you people are.
Me and DA were just sitting there head banging down with the syndrome.
That's not cool.
We do not endorse the opinion of these two horrible, horrible people.
But come on, you gotta get up. Get up, come on, get down with the syndrome. This is the one DA share, don't cheapen it.
That's all we got.
Yeah, but it's
all we
awful.
got. That's all we got.
Between us two.
It's the one reason I can allow him to live.
That and super niggers.
Oh my god, I had completely forgotten about that too.
Super nigga. No.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
we were talking about like again the first night of Yoma when we all first met for the first time. And I don't even know where it came from. I was like, super crime, super nigga. I was like,
Up there. I could not allow that to keep going.
Yeah. But okay, so let's get back on topic. But yeah, Connor's character was a little.
He was dry, but that's only because we were so used to Ezio's, flamboyant.
Not even that. Not even dry. He was just very narrow focus.
Well, that's again.
It was like one of those things where it's just like
Altair was the same exact way. We loved his character.
Yeah, but the newness of the game kind of made up for that.
Yeah, it was one of those things where Assassin's Creed was.
Well, everybody loves Altair's character. Still to this day, it's the character that sticks out, not the game. The game mechanics suck, but everybody still loves Altair just because he was so focused on his mission. He was just that guy. He was the honor bound. He was the born again honor bound assassin. And Connor.
But the thing is, too, like, Connor was kind of like that, but he was also a bit childish at times.
So,
and I feel like that cheapened him a little bit,
Let's
too.
put it as it is. Connor is basically an adult version of Sasuke. Let's just call it what it is.
That is kind of true.
He's an adult version of Sasuke. I watched my mother burn alive. My people kicked off their land and the ground salted.
My best friend betrayed me.
Best friend made to be murdered by my own hand. Now, in the name of the people that are now dead, that were my people, I strike back.
If I had a brother, I'd hate him too.
If I still had family.
But my mother became a burning carcass before that happened. that was kind of... I went a little morbid there.
Before White Father could make another mixed baby. Mom.
You almost said mom, bro.
I was going to make a really bad joke, and I just stopped myself.
That's a first.
Because even this one, I wouldn't even be alright with that, what I was about to say. I was like, wait a minute. Subscriber loss.
Negative 25?
Minus 25 DKP.
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, Connor character bland.
So,
Next point.
There's not enough to do outside of missions.
agreed. I mean, I had fun hunting animals for like 30 years, but then I realized it was useless in every way.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't need money. I can get these weapons by doing the missions. All right, cool. I'm not doing this ever again.
You know what I found, just because for a while I was trying to complete the game,
Yeah.
and the
I 99.
Diary of the Ordinary Man,
I completed it.
getting the people would not do different things. The fucking Hemstress, that's one of the last people I need.
Mm-hmm.
She would not do her last fucking thing.
The
She'd just go there and start hemming on her stupid doll. I'm like, you've done this 50 times already. Go do something else.
Dude, that was the lumberers for me. I actually had to go towards the inn and wait for them to do something, for them to deliver wood to the inn to get that last one. And it took me days just constantly walking back and forth just to get it.
Connor's just standing in front of the inn. Connor, are you okay?
Waiting for wood.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
What? You heard me.
I need to make
What?
sure this shit doesn't catch fire and burn down more people.
I'm waiting for wood. What? What for? For my people.
For my mother.
What? You heard me. Don't make me stab you with my wood. What?
Oh, God.
But yeah, but I'm trying, like, I guess when you mean outside of missions, you mean all the extra stuff as well.
The optional missions you mean?
Yeah. Okay. That I could see.
Yeah, I mean...
And honestly, chasing the frickin' pages was annoying.
Fucking God. And useless. Totally useless. Like, I went into that game from how they were explaining it. Like, everything was interconnected. You needed this to make this work, you know. You need food and trade to keep your town running. I thought it would be like an actual system of continued, like, need, you know, supply and demand.
Yeah.
But it was just, no, it was just really, really linear. It's just, oh, you need this just to have money to buy random crap you don't actually need.
What was I just thinking? I think I'd never played them, but I think Crackdown 2 had probably worse collectibles. Those things, like, ran from you.
Yeah, basically.
What those collectibles were. But, the one, I said, probably the shining point of the game to me, in all honesty, just getting off some of the negative stuff,
Sure.
which me and Proceed, we saw this article today that we'll share that it kind of goes along with this, but the naval combat.
Oh yeah.
Definitely my favorite part of the game. Best naval combat I've seen in any game ever.
Yeah, but there's not that much.
Yeah, I mean, it's not much to go on, but still.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's very good.
They did it beautifully. And, like, the weather system, the waves, like, just going along with the tide and stuff like that. They put a lot into that, you could tell.
Yeah, they did. They put a lot into that, it seems.
Which, for future games, which we'll get into later, it'll definitely work out very well. But is there any other points, BG?
No, those are my major ones. Everything else is like...
Okay, so I guess we'll go into that. So IGN posted a leak. Do you have the article? Proceed, Handy.
Oh yeah, give me a second. I'm actually right on it. I'm on IGN right now. I was just reading from something from the Xbox sales going on right now.
Okay. Oh, actually, while you're getting that too, so how we talked about in the PSN thing for Xbox making moves. So Xbox recently just registered the domain xboxevent.com. So more than likely they're going the Nintendo and Sony route of having a press conference to announce.
We all
the
knew
new
it was
Xbox.
coming though. We've known that's how it was going to be for the longest time. But here's the article Mike was bringing up before. Basically,
So,
it's been
yeah.
leaked now that they've sent out posters to game stores to start putting up. It's Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Basically, it's based around pirating, from what we can see. It's not Connor, it's a new assassin, it's a white man, it's just pirating.
So what was the sigh for?
I said they were gonna bleed this series dry,
Oh yeah, of course they are, dude.
and it's just gonna devalue it more and more.
And this gets back into my discussion of you saying it's the same games.
Yeah.
You fucker.
What? Technically,
Everyone's doing it, not just Nintendo.
technically every sequel is the same game, but
1 wasn't 2 and 2 wasn't 3. Your logic is invalid.
what?
1 was not the same as 2.
No. They had the same. They had the same mechanics and stuff. They just built upon it.
The combat mechanics were completely revamped from 1 to 2, and then again from 2 to 3. Nothing was the same, not even the run button.
No, it's never the same.
You're saying the overall gameplay of it,
Yeah.
they're still,
It's-
similar.
It's an Assassin's Creed game. You're going to run, you're going to
Exactly,
stab.
it's an Assassin's Creed game, so it's always going to be an Assassin's Creed.
Yes, you're
game.
going to run, you're going to stab. Like in Call of Duty, you're going to run,
so
you're going to sit.
my point was technically every sequel is the same, but with the Nintendo thing, you're always gonna know the games that are coming out. Always.
Oh yeah,
nobody knew.
Zelda will never change. Mario will never ever change.
No one knew a new Infamous was coming out.
That was
Because
a
they
shocker.
wrapped up the story of Infamous. They
Infamous
wrapped-
Second Son.
No one knew a new Infamous was Call Zone.
Call of Zone.
Killzone. People know.
Modern Hellgas 2.
I never played any of the
Well,
Killzone.
I mean, Call of Duty, Killzone is basically the Call of Duty of the PlayStation. Let's just like that.
Well, is it that or Resistance?
No, Resistance and Killzone are basically. No, I'm gonna say Resistance is more the Gears, and
Yeah.
Killzone is the Call of Duty.
even though it's first person, it's still more.
Yeah, it's the Gears, definitely.
But yeah, we don't know if a new Little Big Planet is coming out. We don't know.
No, there's going to be. We'll see that.
What are you talking
We'll see
about?
that at
We don't know because everybody hated Little Big Planet 2.
All right, so right now,
See,
what I'm going to go in with this now is nobody knows, but apparently there's a lot of people who have really good, solid examples of what's going on. Like, for instance, I just read an article, like, what games are we looking at for the next gen Xbox? Because now we've seen some for the next gen PS4. Apparently, right now, Lionshead Studios is working on an MMO for the new Xbox 720 for Fable. It's a Fable MMO for the new Xbox.
Ugh, Fable is one of the worst series.
Now, Fable 1 was a great game. 2 was still a little blah, but it was still alright to play. 3 was total shit. Now, if they learn from 3 being total shit, and this is an MMO.
It's the Connect.
Oh, fuck.
It's the Connect one.
Yell at the Kinect to make insults, or the camera will pick up your insult,
Really?
your taunts.
Oh, dude.
What I missed? What happened there?
Wait, what? Yeah, what did he say? Why?
He was just like, really? Oh, dude.
Like for me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, I can see that happening. If there can be a Dragon Ball Z game, they can do that for Fable.
Idiots.
That DVD game was trash, though.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying, if it can pick up you doing a Kamehameha wave and make the person do a Kamehameha wave, you can make the middle finger at the Kinect, and your character in Fable will do the middle finger.
Yep.
But anyways, the thing is, I wanted to get my point across. I think the reason you say that though is just like no one's expecting a new Infamous. It's just because they're newer-ish series is. Think about it. I was just looking. I was in Kmart today. I was looking at my schedule, and I saw was a thing for the DS. It was Mario Kart 7.
Uh-huh.
Assassin's Creed has been out how long? Like
It's basically been a game a year, so like 6 years, 7 years.
no, not even that, because it came out like 2 or 3 years after the Xbox started.
Hold
and that
on,
was
looking
7.
up Assassin's Creed 1.
Yeah, and the Xbox was about 6, 7 years ago, wasn't it?
So I'd say about like 5 to 6 years. So
Hold on,
they
hold on.
have.
I have it right here. The release dates of the games.
I'm going to say 2006. No, not 2006. I'm going to say 2000. Yeah, late 2006, early 2007.
So say hypothetically Assassin's Creed is released this coming fall. That's 6 games in about 6
Assassin's
years.
Creed came out in November 13th, 2007.
Okay.
That's 6 years. Yeah, 6 years. And
What?
actually, that's not even 6 years. That's 5.5 right now, just because that's November
Yep.
of 2007. So like 5.5 years. 5
And
games come out. By years,
we had a year. We actually had a 2-year gap between 1 and 2.
yeah. And then going into if this is released this fall, this will be 6 games in 6 years. Mario Kart has been here since the SNES, which was 20 or so years ago, ish. 15, 20 years. It's only a game 7.
Yeah.
The thing is, Nintendo knows how to space their games out to whet the appetite.
All it does is, as soon as the new Nintendo console is announced, people are like, okay, when's Mario? When's Zelda? When's blah, blah.
Game 2 of Assassin's Creed came out in 2009, 2 years later. Yeah. So it was 2009 was 2, 2010 was Brotherhood, 2011 was Revelations, 2012 was 3.
Just because I think what these
4 years, 4 new games.
Yeah. What the game companies are doing right now, which I think is kind of fueling the whole sequels are the same thing for BG, is just like a game a year.
Yeah.
And they just keep pumping out these games that are a lot of times copies of each other, at least for the Assassin's Creed 2.
There's actually Cliffy B, the guy who basically created Gears of War, and he quit Epic a while back. He's not in the game industry at all right now. He's basically just chilling back, doing his own thing. They interviewed him, and he basically said right now the gaming industry is in the same flux it was back in, what did he say it was? He said
when it almost crashed.
Yeah, he said it's back in that same bubble right now, where the game companies are getting too tight-handed with things, and there's no creative. There's no what's the word he used? There's no like creative freedom basically, and that everybody's just going in it for more and more profit to bleed it dry. But he says I will not come back into the game industry yet because this is the worst time to be in it, because you are not allowed to make your games anymore. You have to make the game that's going to sell millions. There's no creative anymore. You can't be creative anymore. And it's
like the blockbuster movies.
And it's ringing true right now. If you look at every game, it's all too similar. Like when gaming first got big in the arcades, you would see arcades still with basically the same fucking game. Then the arcades died out and the consoles came out and everything was fresh and creative and new. Now the consoles are the thing in everybody's home, and there's a million different things, and the million different things are starting to blend together. And eventually these type of consoles are going to crash and burn, and that might lead to pure PC gaming or something new.
or a unified
Yeah,
platform.
but right now where we're at,
Uniform platform is never gonna happen.
no, it's never gonna happen. But as of right now, the way things stand, the industry is basically it's caving in on itself.
Thing is, though,
It's still making money. It is still making money, but look at it as a business model right now where it stands.
I wouldn't say that
Everybody's complaining.
because
Everybody-
back in the '90s, everything was platformers.
Yeah.
So I can't really say that it's collapsing onto itself just because things are kind of similar.
Well, no, this is one of the things too, though. Like, think about the one company that has, and this is me being, the fanboy, and this is something I also just of me listening to past podcasts that I want to proceed on. That the one company that to me I think that can endure, say it goes into shambles, is Nintendo. It has already. It went through, the dip that really killed off Sega from the console market.
Yeah.
And other
Well,
stuff.
that's because Nintendo has.
And the thing is, too, though,
Nintendo has
that
that whole, what's it called? It's got that whole
nostalgia
thing going for
But
it.
the thing is, though, I think at one point you were saying that Nintendo was making a lot of money. That is an incorrect statement. Nintendo, since it started getting into the gaming market, because they used to sell cards back in the day, before they hired Shigeru Miyamoto and made the NES, or Famicom, whatever you want to call it, they have not sold it. They have not ended a fiscal year at a loss since then.
I think what he said was Nintendo couldn't even begin to dream about acquiring Activision.
No, that's not it. This is something a while ago because he was talking about Microsoft having a lot of money and then Nintendo not a couple times. It was like a very
I was
short.
saying in comparison, yeah, they were pulling out, but in the end, they weren't making anything in the contest of Sony or Microsoft. They were just making.
No, they have $12 billion in reserves, buddy.
Yeah, but that's still in the gaming industry. That's still just making do right now.
Not like I said, they've been making profit every year.
Profit, but not by a big margin, not by a large margin.
It's because of their stupid casualness. They're done with that though. That casual crap is wearing off.
Wii U is proof enough of that. They had to go more towards the mainstream consoles because the Wii U, that gimmick is gone now.
You mean the Wii?
The Wii, yeah. The Wii.
Wii U? Wii. No, Wii U?
The Wii's gimmick is gone, so the Wii U had to be a bit more like the norm.
But pretty much that $12 billion, because the big thing with Sony is with a lot of damage control that they've had to do over the years, getting hacked and stuff like that. Plus, they have their other tech division and stuff like that, which isn't doing well. They've been kind of going at a loss for a while now.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Sony. Sony is completely.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Sony.
It's belly up right now.
And then Microsoft isn't faring that much better.
Also,
They've been kind of going at a loss for a while now too.
People keep talking about the PlayStation getting hacked that time. Xbox users always get hacked. Like, it's never been one big thing.
Yeah, it's not like a huge thing.
Yeah. So I don't know why people assume that Xbox is like so much more secure when it's really not.
That's actually the rumors that are going around. Do you think that what do you think will be the consensus for online for these next two consoles? Paid or not paid?
Oh, it's going to be paid. I'm pretty sure even Sony's going to end up doing that.
Why?
Because they can't afford not to anymore.
I don't see it happening.
I do, because they're, again, losing a lot of money. It'll probably be a menial fee, or it might even be the whole microtransaction system where your games are free to play, but if you want this, that, the other thing, you have to pay Sony for the additions.
I think they're going to keep going with PlayStation Plus.
I don't know.
Is a very good system that's still making good money, and all it does is give you discounts and free games. And as soon as your PlayStation Plus subscription runs out, you can't play those games anymore. So it gives you incentive to keep renewing your subscription, and it's a reason to get it because beyond just playing online, you get a ton of free games. Like I've got Vanquish and BioShock 2 and all this crap on my computer on my PS3. That's usually like $20-$40. Uncharted for the Vita, $40. I got that for free through PlayStation Plus, and it gives me incentive to keep renewing it so I can keep playing these games and getting this content and these discounts. So I think they're gonna keep rolling out with that as opposed to a paid subscription. Because one of the big things about PlayStation is they don't charge for online. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons I bought a PlayStation, so I can play my fighting games online and not have to pay $60.
Understandable. This is one of the many little rumors that I saw here and there bouncing around.
I could see them going towards paid, but I could also see Sony wanting to stay.
I don't know. I just see Sony going towards paid right now with the way their business model is.
What is Nintendo paid?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know if Sony's gonna go paid.
It's just a little bit. Well, it's a lot easier than it used to be for the Wii when you had to get a friend code.
Yeah,
that was stupid. The Wii really didn't have good online play, anyways. But I was just thinking. I think in order to actually like friend somebody, you have to like meet them in a what's the word? A
room.
It's not a room. It's like a community. It's called. Why can't it's not a community? I can't think of what it's. No.
Forum.
It's like it's kind of like the message boards that it's on. No, it's I forget what they're called, but it's like this message board system for the game. They have like for every game that is out on the Wii U that it has its own little message board. So you can go into the Assassin's Creed message board, you can go into the Call of Duty message board, and you send friend requests in there. While not as wait what?
Chat room?
Kind of.
Okay.
Those are like I actually found those interesting just because I went in the YouTube one and just like since they have the tablet you can like draw messages.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people are actually doing like a lot of there's a lot of sweet art actually on the Wii U. I actually drew I was in the YouTube thing. I drew the It's Over 9,000. I'd pulled up because like I'm pretty good at sketching stuff, so I pulled up that scene of Vegeta breaking the scouter and sketched it real quick. It got a few yas, which are the likes on the Wii. But yeah, I mean overall as far as nice. Overall as far as like streamline online and stuff like that, I think Xbox kind of takes it as far as this generation. But yeah, but actually, kind of going back because we kind of got way off. Just how I was saying about your whole thing with Nintendo. I think, like I said, the only reason because I think went off in a other discussion is just like the series are so new that you don't consider it that. You know. Since these first party titles for Sony are a bit newer, I could see you saying like I wouldn't expect those games to come out.
Yeah.
But if they're big sellers, they're gonna pump them out. It doesn't really matter how new it is. Little Big Planet is incredibly well selling. They're gonna come out with a new one for that. I knew they were gonna come out with a new Killzone.
There was no doubt.
It's like the Halo of PlayStation. It's popular.
I'd say more like Call of Duty. It's the Call of Duty of
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Call of Duty is all people. I'm saying the first person shooter that they go to the console to play. I would consider that Killzone for Sony. It's like I consider that Halo for Xbox or Metroid for Nintendo. But Metroid Prime. But anyway, it's like just because they're newer, I don't think you can exclude them from that.
You don't expect it though.
I mean, I do though.
I don't. I thought Infamous was done. I thought we'd get a lot of PSN titles like we got for Festival of Blood, where it'd just be like supplemental stories, $15, like 4 hours of gameplay, just supplemental stories. That's what I thought it would be, as opposed to an entirely new game. That's I don't know if it's some off-world thing, but what have you.
Mm-hmm.
But
the thing is too, I mean, just like you don't expect that. You expect it with Nintendo just because of the longevity of the games.
Yeah.
But the excitement though is still there for that kind of game though, regardless of how new it is. The only way I see an expected game to not garner a lot of excitement is if it's a yearly rehash release, Call of Duty. although it still garners excitement. I don't know why. That's where I see your argument coming into play.
Trying to think of something.
With like a Call of Duty, just because it's like, okay, what year is it? Okay, it's Infinity Ward's year, so it's Modern Warfare. What year is it? Oh, it's Treyarch.
Is it an even year or an odd year?
Yeah, pretty much. Which company's making what Call of Duty?
Well, it's again, I don't know if I mentioned this before already, but yeah, Activision, not Activision, Treyarch and Infinity Ward.
5.
Infinity Ward has declined making Modern Warfare 4. Apparently, somebody's making just Call of Duty 5 now.
Yeah.
I don't know who yet.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just to me, and the thing is too, like I was saying before, Nintendo knows how to space out their properties.
You say that, but all it is when they release a new console, that's when they will release the new game for it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, we only saw, one new Zelda for the Wii?
Yeah, it will release with the GameCube Twilight Princess.
Oh, wait, Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. All right.
Yeah.
Same with GameCube.
Yeah, the Skyward Sword was the only one that was exclusive for the Wii.
Yeah.
It was made for the Wii.
All right, yeah, there you go. So there was only one game made for the Wii.
Just like Mario. Well, Mario had 2, Galaxy and Galaxy 2.
And I mean,
there's actually a good thing too, like how I say about they space out the titles, just because there's, like, for me, they innovate in those long gaps. Like, one example, and this is actually a couple of my least favorite Zeldas, and they're actually kind of really low on this list of the Zeldas that I've played, is Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass.
Okay.
The 2 for the DS. They came out pretty close to each other, and Spirit Tracks really did nothing different. And the game was cheapened because of it. The only thing that really, like, as far as, like, Zelda fandom that it did is it made Zelda useful. That's about it. They turned her into her ghost and she could possess things.
Okay, you were talking about expected games with Nintendo and such. You expect those games. You don't expect a Star Fox.
Yep.
So if Star Fox comes out, it's like, whoa, because you don't expect a Star Fox. But you expect...
I would love actually a new Star Fox right now.
What about, I mean, there's a lot of titles that they don't go to more frequently that I agree they should. Star Fox, for example. The problem is, with Star Fox, is they need to actually go to a game where it's just an innovation in fighter jets, especially they could do some really cool things with the controller, but keep it just that. Just because when they ventured to them getting out of the R-Wings... Yeah. The talking Triceratops on the dinosaur planet, making Fox talk like Sonic the Hedgehog. But yeah, it's just when they innovate within the genre. That's usually when Nintendo's at its best. And I mean, too, a lot of the games that they have where stuff like that happens, it's usually they kind of pump it out to another company.
Yeah.
I say this for Spirit Tracks and stuff like that just because it was Capcom. Pretty much almost all the handhelds are co-developed by Capcom, if I'm not mistaken, for Zelda. But
Capcom is so terrible.
You tweeted something about Capcom. What was it about today?
Oh, I was playing Marvel with a friend.
Oh,
We both live in Detroit, and it was lagging like crazy. I don't get it.
So I want to bring up, I don't know, just for the sake of we're talking about games here.
Yeah, this is free discussion. It's just game discussion.
Yeah. So real quick, BG, how do you feel as a gamer about the soon-to-be imposed data caps?
They've already been imposed.
Really? You guys have data caps by you?
No, Comcast and AT&T has been done it, but Comcast relinquished it in like May of last year. They just haven't rolled out their new plan yet. Yeah,
apparently what they're looking to make it, come back with like maybe, I think they said 500 megs to a gig of and that's it.
The main reason they do that though, right?
Netflix.
Exactly.
Netflix and Hulu.
It's just because Netflix and Hulu are stealing their on-demand sales. And so if you stream Netflix all the freaking time, they just throttle you.
Yep.
Which so many people nowadays, and it's what I plan to do when I move out on my own, I'm not going to get cable. I'm just going to get Netflix and Hulu.
Yeah.
And internet. That's it.
That's what people do.
And it's just...
Because cable is a ridiculous price and there's a much better service out there.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous price for probably 5 channels you watch on a consistent basis out of, like, thousands.
Yeah.
But, actually, there's an article that, speaking of cable providers, we're way over an hour, but we're probably going to make this one a little longer just because this possibly might be the last podcast proceeds on for a while.
Yep.
Just
due to issues here at home. So.
Yeah. Won't get into that. But, so Time Warner, Comcast, like all the major providers have now, since SOPA and PIPA failed in the U.S., they have pressured, like, the Motion Picture Association of America and the record, whatever, American company, I can't remember their name, the big music company, have pressured the big cable providers into making this new policy called the Six Strike Policy.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of it.
It's more, I guess, it's like educational while also locating the perpetrators of piracy.
Right.
If I had to label anything.
Yeah.
So essentially, it looks for you, it mostly tries to target torrent users.
Yep.
People using BitTorrent and stuff like that. And when they first find out, I think it's after your first and second offense, they send you emails giving you strikes. I'm quoting here.
Yeah, and there's also some like on-screen prop where you have to accept it.
That's after strike 3.
Okay.
So the first strikes are just warnings like, we saw that you were pirating, don't do it again. We saw you were pirating, don't do it again. After 3, you get an on-screen prompt anytime you try to access the internet saying this is your 3rd strike, and you go through this whole
educational thing.
Yeah, educational read-me thing, and you can't access internet until you click through the entire thing and say, I have read and accept this, or whatever. Then after the next couple of strikes, they throttle your internet. For strikes 4, 5, and 6. However, after 6, they don't do anything. It's like pretty much... No, well, not from what I saw. I think that's from provider to provider. I know one of the providers said they just don't do anything. They just said that this strategy is more or less used to dissuade the once and again pirater.
Uh-huh.
They said the people that do it constantly, they won't get their message to them.
No.
So it really just depends on the provider, what they do after the 6th strike. And it's like you kind of have to read up on whoever your provider is, be it Comcast, AT&T, Time Warner, whoever, to find out what it is.
Piracy is not going away, people. And again, I point to the article that said they stopped piracy or tried to in Australia, and sales went down because people can't sample this crap.
And that's the whole demo thing we were talking about last episode. If you can't sample a product, people won't want to buy it. I think the big thing, too, is...
Stop making movies. That's the big...
Well, no, not even that. Pricing.
Oh, yeah.
If things were a little bit more affordable prices, like, say if games... Even if games went back down to $50, I would say even that.
What I don't get is... things like PSN and iTunes, they don't have to press CDs or covers or anything, but it's the exact same price.
Oh, yeah. Like, if the thing... Well, sometimes, like, say for the 3DS, if you get a downloaded game...
Yeah.
Which actually, Nintendo, at least for the 3DS, Nintendo, and I think even too for the Wii U, I need to double-check this. A lot of the big complaints I've seen for, like, Xbox and Xbox Live and PSN is that a lot of the new games aren't available for digital download on day one.
No, exactly, yeah.
And a lot of people are getting pissed about that. Nintendo has been doing that for like the latest Fire Emblem that came out for the 3DS.
Yep.
It's available day one.
Wasn't Ni no Kuni available day one for?
I don't know. That'd be something for BG.
Yeah, I think it was. If not, it was the week right after.
Yeah. So, but and then like a lot of times what they'll do is they'll have an e-manual in there.
Yeah.
So I could see, you know, money, not as much as printing it, but like, I mean, someone did design the pages and the layout, so, you know, shell a little bit of cash over to whoever was the designer.
They
But
have to ship this out. It's
exactly
like
45 instead of 60.
yeah.
You're saving that much on plastic, on the disc, the printing,
The manual, the booklet,
everything.
cover of the CD, like
The paying of the retailer to stock it in their store or whatever.
yeah.
The warehouse.
Like-
No, don't forget. There's also warehouse stocking fees. There's transportation fees.
Yeah, you save on all that. Dock it off.
There's the
the
interstate
e-download.
taxes that happen when you have to transport it through different states.
Yeah, just like a lot of like the bullshit costs that are gone.
Yeah.
Just putting it up for download. If you would lower the price, you'd be making a lot more sales on that. And just, I mean, cutting out a lot of the middlemen, which, I mean, that's the big thing, which is why I don't see things going digital quickly on this next generation of consoles. It's just because all the deals that these people have with retailers and, you know, with GameStop, you know, the big retail stores, Walmart, like they have.
It's if they do keep the whole used game thing going.
Well, no, not even used games. I'm talking just the retail stores in general, because like I see in the foreseeable future where all games and almost all media is digitally, you know, distributed.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's of course it's an inevitability.
Yeah, and that's just I don't see for gaming, just because gaming kind of goes quicker than all other media is. You know, we've seen that with its growth. You know, in the last 30 years, it's definitely It's the youngest form of, you know, mass media, yet probably one of the most popular already. But I don't see that happening next generation. But going into the next,
Yeah, it's possible.
we're all, you know, fathers most likely.
Now.
We're all fathers and buying the systems for our children and going, oh.
As we destroy them in the game.
Yeah. Here having the big brother argument. This is how you play it, son.
No, you expect a lot of that from your friends when you're online. Oh, I see you're stuck here. Let me play for you real quick. Let me play for you. Eat your peas.
Daddy, some person online called me a cunt. Like, the fuck? What'd you call me? Give me a pwn, you asshole.
Yeah, that'll be good. That's the future of, you know, of
Papa
kids
Ralph.
and that's the future of kids, you know, fighting each other. My dad'll be your dad in Call of Duty.
I can imagine Papa Ralph, his son, playing
The new Assassin's Creed game.
Gears of War. I was about to say Gears of War 7.
Oh God, no.
And your son and Kevin's son are both complaining about some people, and then you and Kevin get on and you're like, alright, Kevin, let's roll.
Oh my God, I would feel awful for everyone involved in that affair. Because that would just be a lot of swearing from Kevin, a lot of yelling from me.
I'll just feel a buzz in my phone, and Lone, we need you as a meat shield.
And just a lot of
Steal the game from your son.
a lot of anger from our wives. And then we call Mike. Mike? Yeah? Why don't you want to try and earn $1?
Kevin, you owe me $15. When am I gonna see it? It's been 15 years.
Oh my
But,
God.
I feel bad for the generation that's under us.
Oh, they're fun.
They don't even know what's good.
No, they grew up with Monster, dude.
They don't have good cartoons. They don't have good music. They don't have good movies.
That's the biggest thing, though. That's something that happens with each generation, though. I mean, like, granted, you know, a lot of the cartoons that I've seen do suck. There's been good, like, Avatar, was it Chowder that DA liked? DA, you could probably get in this podcast now, just because we're talking random stuff, if you would like.
He's just playing Metroid. He doesn't care.
Wait, which Metroid?
3. I finally beaten 2. That last boss,
Dark Samus?
Dark Samus. And there was a time limit. Jesus.
Okay, like, what do you think of the motion controlling in the Metroid Prime series?
I don't. You know, I do it just so It's not even a thing that I think about. I have to look right. I move my arm right.
It,
Doesn't
like
hinder
that.
me at all.
Yeah, Prime is one of the great examples of like the Wiimote, and like at its best, I guess. That I was trying to think of something a little better to say, but I kind of went blah 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 there.
But you were talking about every generation says that about the previous.
Yeah, like I mean, just
Okay,
back
okay.
in my day, we had this. My mom will say stuff that
You say
good-
that, but there's a difference between Adventure Time and Ren and Stimpy.
Oh God, yeah, there's
Like-
a big difference.
There's shows back then could be watched for all ages. Like anybody could watch them during our time.
I don't know. SpongeBob was kind of a thing for a little bit. Not everybody could watch SpongeBob.
No, adults love SpongeBob.
Not my.
That's
Not
my-
anybody. Not any adults I knew. Any adults I knew and that I grew up with, just they heard SpongeBob's voice and they questioned our sanity for wanting to watch it continuously.
Well, no, there's a lot of jokes in SpongeBob that go over the heads of children.
Yeah,
I forget what episode I saw, but there's just like a very offhanded remark that SpongeBob made to Squidward, and I laughed at it. I'm like, I would not have gotten that when I was, 10 or 11.
True.
So, I mean, there's like SpongeBob, I think, is a good example of a modern cartoon that kind of does that. But, I mean, modern, it was kind of a transitionary cartoon for us, too. But, I'm trying to think of example, like, shit. Like, I mean, Avatar is kind of that way. Like, I mean, me, not you, BG, but, like, a lot of us older people still love the show. And, I mean, it's still made, for Nickelodeon for kids.
yeah.
But, like, I do understand, like, but I mean, our parents could probably say the same thing for, other cartoons, like, compare Ren and Stimpy to
Looney
the
Tunes.
Flintstones, or the Looney Tunes, or Tom and
dear
Jerry.
God, Looney
Like-
Tunes, and no, Looney Tunes is game over when you think about the shit that Looney Tunes had in it.
Looney Tunes is still funny to this day.
It's hilarious.
So
That's the thing, that was before our generation. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm saying our cartoons were good, but so were theirs.
Yeah.
You can see how good their cartoons were as well. But this current generation is just terrible. And parents back then could see how good the cartoons like a Rocko's Modern Life was.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at something like
Regular show.
regular show, yeah.
Kill yourself. That show is awful.
I don't watch it. I just use it as a reference.
I couldn't even think of it.
I don't watch that show. I'm strictly a My Little Pony Looney Tunes man.
One of those two makes you a total fucking moron. I'm sure you can guess which one.
Okay. The DA's included in this. What happens when the bronies grow up and become parents? That's a frightening thought, isn't it?
Their
Of
kids
course.
become,
I
their kids
prefer-
become Ted Bundy.
I'd prefer bronies being parents than the cut for Bieber people.
It's not all
True. True. Oh,
Or
God.
the Jersey Shore people.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's not all 18 to 23-year-olds. There are some adults that are like, I got into the show because I watched it with my daughter.
Yeah.
Like you.
Oh, gee.
Uh,
No, wait a second. That list that you did, 75% comp. Oh,
Dude, you've had some good moments.
Can you blame him? I mean, look.
You've had good stories that are funny.
That daughter story was terrible.
When you told that, I just like shook my head the entire time. I shook my head the entire time. That yawn came from nowhere.
Like that, and then what was the Tara Strong story? I mean, it's just a great moment.
No, yeah, that's an amazing moment.
I didn't even know about my prelude to the panel. I had totally forgotten about that one.
that was funny.
That was
crap.
Wait, which one was that one again?
Where BG's like, I'm gonna tell you how this panel's gonna go. We're going to try to get something up. Proceed's going to interrupt us. Lone's going to interrupt us with a story that doesn't have anything to do with the panel.
He's just gonna say, so anyway,
and get us back on point.
it's funny because it's true.
No, the best one.
Well, so
The
anyway.
best one was DA's intro to the podcast.
That was fantastic.
God.
Hi guys,
So for
welcome to the
people-
YouTube Editor's Perspective podcast here.
I like how you even made your voice a little nasally just because of...
We got
Hey guys!
and we got
So-
me, Lone, saying, I got a fun story for y'all again. Someone tried to kill themselves again. I'm
But
just like, what the
But,
fuck?
but like, I was
When did Mike
for-
become a Georgian African slave owner?
Says all.
But-
How you think he
For people-
asked his
for people that-
bitches?
I thought that was through Viking thievery and rape.
Okay, anyways, quoting myself. Anyways, for people that don't know what we're talking about, I recently released on my channel my favorite moments, funny moments from 2012 of the podcast. You go to youtube.com/user/lone ninja 115 and you will find them. And then from there you can go to the podcast channel and subscribe. Fucking no.
Subscribe yet?
I'm watching you. You over there, in the monitor. Do it.
If you don't,
John will
we'll
post
send
more
DA to your home. And if there's little kids there, you know what will happen.
Oh. Hey, you know what? That is an hour and a half in before we made a diddler joke.
No, it wasn't. You made like 3 of them earlier. And I said, wow, that was 20 minutes before we got there.
That was actually a half hour. I checked just to be sure.
Oh,
But anyways,
Time the Diddler Show. Timestamp them.
but I
So far, we've made it almost half a year now with the whole diddling aspect.
December, January, February. No, it's 4 months.
4 months. Never mind. Wow, I'm losing
You
track.
also got to count November because it was the 3rd of November.
That's true. 5.
Yeah, almost.
Oh,
Almost
getting
half
there.
a year.
In there.
And the diddler joke has no sign of.
Oh, by the way, the freaking thumbnail ended up perfectly for the Pizzapopolis episode of DA.
Yes, it
with
did.
the first one.
The stash.
DA's
Oh, right.
stash.
And the second one with the pizza. Just perfect.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I watched the video and I was like, I want Pizzapopolis.
Oh, I think all of us thought that. It's like, oh,
but only 2 of us can actually go there. Aw.
oh, fuck you. But, getting back to the media not being as good, I'm trying to think. The thing is, too, I mean, there's been more and more media as time has gone by, too. More channels.
Because media is more
stuff,
accessible now.
more stuff out there. Excuse me. Like, I mean, it wasn't until our generation until the whole reality TV show boom went.
Oh my god. It's
Nice yawn.
Survivor.
But just, to me, though, granted, it's been going on forever now, but it's still one of the more real reality shows. That's the right wording. But I mean, like, you know, The Real World, Jersey Shore, which thank God is gone. The Bachelor and Bachelorette, like those ones.
Jersey
Ugh.
Shore is never going to be gone.
Yes, it is. It's gone.
No, the Jersey Shore may be gone, but you still got the whatever Pauly D show.
Really, that still exists?
Then there's Snookin' for Love.
Are
Are
you
you
kidding?
Oh my god.
No, you're not. You're kidding.
Head up.
What? Why am I looking this up?
I hate you, DA.
I apologize.
Oh, it auto-completed. No.
Yeah, DA. This is why we can't have nice things. That's why I can't be friends with you.
That's the reason.
I don't want to go to the main website. Why isn't there a Wikipedia link? I don't want to click on. I'm going to Wikipedia and seeing if it'll start. I don't want to click on
I
the
admit,
website.
it is a clever name.
No, it's not. No, it's not, DA. The fact that you even said that disappoints me.
I have to say, even as terrible as they were, our Survivor, our reality shows were Teen Mom.
No. I think the worst one. I think we can all agree.
Honey Boo Boo?
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Has anyone actually seen the show?
No.
Yes.
I've seen snippets, and that's all I need to see.
Have you?
No. Why
Honey Boo Boo's mom is
There you
like...
go.
Honey Boo Boo's family is the origination of the Hutts.
Oh, that lady is so fat. There's no joke here. She is just a large woman.
They are the origination of the Hutts.
Jesus.
She will go off planet soon, find some swamp, start breeding, create the Hutt cartel.
Ugh.
There's the plot for episode 7. That's so bad.
JJ, you have your mission cut out for you. Make it happen.
I can't believe
lens flares abound.
that's real. Of course it is. That's just sad.
I knew she'd do something else because Snooki was like the idol of the show.
Y'all should have seen the look that BG gave me.
I can imagine it actually.
That's the one thing. Okay, that's the one thing on this podcast I'm a little envious about is that you two, like the reactions you get, you also can get comedy from each other's actual reactions.
Absolutely.
Me and Mike have
Just
to
it-
imagine everything.
Just because literally from like the podcast episode where you and Da are having the argument at Youmacon, where me and BG are just looking at each other and then we just look at the camera like, what?
Yeah, me and DA bickering about jacking loans, about him stealing your wife.
No. You said something about a camera.
Camera.
My argument was not that strong. That was the best.
Yeah, exactly. Because we were in the room and you asked me, "Oh, I need a USB cord. You know what loan might have one?" I'm like, "I know there's a USB cord.
I didn't say.
I know there's a USB cord.
That's not what I said.
I know there's a USB cord by
Where's
Loan's
the camera?
camera. Loan's camera has a USB cord it's
That's
plugged
not what I
into."
said.
And you proceed to start jacking cables, and I was like, "Oh, I guess I think he knows what he's looking for." And then you walked away.
Listening, he's just plowing through. I'm not even talking here.
But then you come back and we're doing the podcast and you start blaming me for shit. And I'm just like, what? No.
Here's
No,
what
no, no,
happened.
no.
Here's what happened. I said, have you seen a USB cord that's a little fat around the edge? Not like a normal one that's thin, but it's a little fat. He said, oh, you said something about a camera. I'm not connecting the dots. There was something about a camera.
Yeah, I said Loan's camera. There was a USB cord by Loan's camera. So you took that as, all right, let's jack everything by Loan's camera and see what works.
It wasn't plugged into Loan's camera, so I thought
I said it was by Loan's camera.
but it wasn't plugged in, so I thought it was our cord that just tumbled over there.
Yeah, so you didn't pay attention to what was going on. You just jacked his shit.
I didn't. I thought, hey, the cord fit, so I'm like, okay, this is an unusual cord, so it must be it.
Right, AKA you jack Loan's shit.
Why don't we just say more of the titles? I meant Cayenne a bathroom.
Please don't take this the wrong way.
Yes.
Just your genuine terror from me going, what? Oh no.
So, DA, just how deep did you take it?
Wow, there was no subtlety in there at all. Wow. Not what did you do? No, you had his penis in your mouth. Tell us about it.
Well, there was a little
Oh.
subtlety, and then you just kind of.
I said how deep did you take it? That could have meant many things.
No, it's
No.
either mouth or butt. There's no other thing.
Okay. Is there any, okay, so
Poor boy.
we may have gone a little long in this topic, but is there anything else anybody wants to
This
talk
is
about?
where
Story.
This is where we go. This is where we end up.
We go to dark places, no pun intended.
No, DA takes a dark place.
I mean,
Big
oh
boy.
yeah, I'm just come on. I don't understand. I honestly don't understand.
You're like a lightning rod for this.
You are, because you make it so fucking easy. You try to diffuse the jokes and you just spark them with fucking napalm.
Now, the worst part is, all the jokes I get about myself, I brought on myself. I was the Riddler. I made the touching kids joke. I did everything to the Kanye thing. It's all me. I need to
Yeah.
shut up. And yet you talk so little.
It seems like whenever you open your mouth, you're just eating more shit.
The Hulk Hogan
Self-inflicted
thing.
comedic
That's
gold.
another one.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Hulk Hogan thing.
Yeah, brother, take it.
Self-inflicted comedic gold.
I can't wait for next year's Yoma to see what you'll do.
Dude, I am shut.
He's dreading. Like we're gonna. Me and DA are gonna pick you up from the airport. Like DA, what's up?
Hello, proceed.
He's just
See
like,
you again.
what? Oh, DA said he's not gonna talk at all when he's around you for fear of what will happen.
There's gonna be thumbs up and thumbs down.
Yeah. During the video podcast. So DA, what'd you think?
Oh, that pedal wasn't good.
I'm at Tara.
It'd be like the freaking like.
Also, speaking of Tara Strong, so you know she made a YouTube channel, right?
Yep, of course I did.
Of course.
I did.
Of course.
What's wrong? Of course he did.
She just comes up on a video on his screen. Tara.
I met you. He types out the comment. It's all stuttering. I met you at the. Do you remember me?
Oh, that's sad. But is there any other stories or anything
Nope, just
that
waiting.
people want to get out?
Just waiting on injustice. You can
So, what?
times.
How? That's in a month or so, right?
A month and a half. I can't wait. Stop shaking your head.
That'll definitely be. Since I'm not a big fighter, that'll probably be like a rental for me. But I definitely do want to play it.
Yeah, the
Play
story.
what again? Oh, Injustice, right?
DA seems to think I have a problem with this.
You absolutely do.
Why? I don't see it.
You're on the injustice thread now.
It's not a threat. It's the test your might for. It's for in Mortal Kombat and never.
Whoa! Actually, hold up, DA. You have no right to talk.
Hey, game recognized game.
You have no right to talk, Pony Man.
Game recognized game.
Oh God! You didn't see him when we went to this wrestling thing.
Are you really gonna talk about that?
Yes.
Story time. Yes, go.
Oh boy. I'm gonna explain myself after.
Oh, this is gonna be gold.
These are some of the best stories. Go ahead.
It's always two. There's three sides to every story. Your side, my side, and the truth. Go.
No, proceed side, which is
No,
huge
there's
on all
PG
imagination.
side, DA side, the truth, and then there's how I interpret it and spread it.
And then all of a sudden, I'm just some legendary blowjobber.
All right, go ahead,
Or
BJ.
butt taker.
The butt taker. That sounds so fitting with WWE. Go ahead.
This is actually TNA. It's
Oh, TNA.
different. Okay, so we went to this TNA live event thing, and they brought out all their popular wrestlers to showcase some talent. So they said we're gonna have a women's wrestling match, a knockouts match, and it's gonna be a tag match. His favorite female wrestler, possibly of all time,
Not possibly. Absolutely of all time.
is a woman named ODB. So she comes out, and he's already shaking me. ODB! His arms,
There was no shaking of my arms.
constantly screaming ODB during the match.
I can definitely see him
Everyone
squealing.
Everyone was.
So the VIP tickets for this allowed you to go backstage and get autographs from everybody.
Oh dear God.
So they did intermission for people that had that. Me and DA did not have a backstage. So they said, okay, we have the legendary referee and his son out there. You can get autographs and the shirts have off. And we have one more person giving autographs. And is she out there yet? No, she's not. But she's walking towards there now, ODB. He jumps up, runs out to become the first person alive. Almost knocks a person over.
It's not almost knocked somebody over. I was contemplating knocking them
Knocking them downstairs.
knocking them downstairs. A mother, a father, and a child.
Because they were moving too slow in the
Of course, big black guy. Out the way.
So when he got the autograph, he gets back. He's like, oh my God, I got the picture, I got the autograph. And during the intermission, he's just staring at the picture. Just staring at it. He put it back in his bag because he thought they were coming back, and they'd be like, no, it's a couple more minutes. He'd take it back out and start staring at it again. And he's like, oh, you know what? I'm getting a flask too. So he goes out and gets her signature flask, gets that signed as well. Now the picture's hanging up on the wall. The flask is over here by the DVD, and he's all shaking and giddy about it. What did I get wrong?
I thought I would have to amend some of your statements, but no, it was pretty factual. I like to say that she is my favorite female wrestler of all time. I am an autograph hound.
Yes, you are.
I was wearing her shirt.
Was there a similar reaction as the Tara Strong story?
No, I was more composed. It was just getting down there was the problem because.
My second question: when you were sprinting and almost knocked over a family, was security like, oh, "Hey, we got something going on over here. Go!"
I did not almost knock down a family. I was running towards there. They were walking down the stairs. I stopped and I walked calmly behind them. Though I had in my mind I could push them, just get the autograph, and then go to jail. That would be very easy.
And then go to jail. Can I hang this myself? No. No!
We're also going to go ahead and confiscate all autograph memorabilia from your home, all awards that you unjustly receive.
So quick. I would turn it over to the police. Why indeed?
That's getting the other person signed.
What?
Yes, I'm going to another pony convention where the other one's in there. Yes! Oh, I can't wait for that.
What the fuck did we just miss here? Because I'm lost. He just started babbling.
BG pointed to an autographed pony poster that I have, and it's two people. They're brothers. I have one of the brothers, and I just said I'm getting the other brother's signature when I go to another pony convention.
Can you please, for the love of everything,
no, how am I going to die this time?
Harm him.
Come on.
Just fucking harm him. I don't know. Just I don't know. Create like the ancient African voodoo ritual of testicular cancer and just let him taste his own darkness.
What?
Taste his own dark. I would laugh if you come back from this hiatus proceed. It's like, hey BG, what's up? Hey, where's DA? Oh no, he's gone. What? Yeah, I killed him for you.
Are you happy?
Oh.
I'm drinking his blood right now.
At that point in time, my only actual question would be, do I have to pay you more for the room now?
Yes. Fuck.
I'm the fourth person now.
All right, so we're Jack and Alex.
and then we need to fill our black quota.
And then,
oh God, we just made the same joke.
And then basically, it'll really be a episode of Jack Lone shit.
God. All right.
Wait, why am I a thief here?
No, he's talking to
Alex. Because, you're filling the black man quota, and now all of a sudden it's robbing people.
Yeah, Alex is involved. Enough said.
But, so is there any other stories, anything people want to say? No other TNA moments?
No.
I mean,
Kurt Angle is like my most favorite wrestler of all time. One of them. I was not even.
Really, he just gave like a dignified clap and a woo Kurt Angle. He's a scrub. That's all he is.
No, I know how to compose myself.
Bull crap.
In the SmackDown's coming here. By the way.
I know.
See, here's the thing. I don't understand getting worked up over these people. I just don't.
Well, here's the thing. You're there to get worked up.
That's the entire reason for going.
Yeah.
Like going to a concert.
I go for the concert for the music. Everybody else is standing, jumping around. I'm sitting down, just my eyes closed, listening to the music.
Why not just listen to a CD then?
Yeah, listening to it live is nice.
Hey, have some fun and jump around.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't really see fun in that.
Well, see, Proceed would start shaking the ground if he started jumping around.
Jesus
and, you know.
fucking Christ.
It's because he's a heavy-set gentleman.
God,
Joke here, people.
it's like you're speaking of fat bastard. It's just like what?
It was there. You guys make fun of me for being 90 pounds soaking wet at every opportunity.
Joke when I've been called a child molester for 5 months. Dude, you shut up.
I did that actually. I reacted like that on purpose. Actually, I was baiting Da to see how he'd react.
It worked.
It worked because you're an idiot.
Yes, I am.
I love it.
Oh God.
I love it.
All right, I think we'll end it there. So we went an hour and 50.
Yeah.
Probably one of our longest episodes. I think we've had a 2-hour one
We've
before.
had a 2:15.
Our best of was 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay, so
And the 2:15 doesn't count.
So next week, I am going to try to get my freaking asshole of a roommate available for the comic
I
episode.
am going to rip into this moron.
2 episodes.
No offense, but
I can't believe I'm going to miss this.
if he's this Batman fan, I just like Batgirl. Okay.
What? Just
Salivating right now.
How
That
this-
Batgirl is awful.
How this
All right.
may not work in my favor is if I'm going to have my own room there, I may just be able to close the door and just talk like this quietly, normally. But we'll see what happens from now on.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. We can try to record earlier if possible too, but we'll see.
Quick. We'll talk about this after we've already done here. So.
Yeah, so, all right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for this episode of, gaming, reflection, insulting.
Can we go one episode without insulting DA?
No.
Can we just try that?
In the beginning, it started off with nobody getting insulted, but then you just kept fucking cracking yourself over the back with a whip.
That's an endeavor. That would be a challenge. Literally in our video episode, we should have a counter.
I'd actually like that, actually. If I can go an entire episode without insulting DA once, DA has to go an entire year never watching My Little Pony ever again. I like the sound of that. I like the sound.
No. Because if that happens, I'm just going to start baiting you.
That's fine. Try to bait me.
And no, that's exactly it. You can throw every opportunity out there.
But what is the there's no consequence for pro failing.
Really?
If I fail, I have to watch the entirety of My Little Pony.
That's
Let's set a time.
That's pretty.
Till
No, I'm not going a year without watching My Little Pony.
we'll make this a stipulation until next Yomicon.
Ooh.
So
You're asking me to go 7 months without insulting this man.
Well, no, not 7 months.
Or
But
not watching My Little Pony for DA.
Ooh, yes.
no.
Then I'm going to continue to rip into you at every chance I get.
By all means.
So
I need my ponies.
you'd rather be insulted dramatically.
this is the man who continually says he's not a
This
brony.
is how stupid his fan base is.
Oh, there is an actual story about a very bad thing that happened at a brony convention. But
No, go ahead. I don't hear this now. No,
Yeah, I mean, we're already going this long. Let's
But
go. Come on.
I was talking about the dude that canceled the screening because he got all.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go a little deep with this My Little Pony stuff.
Have to go deeper.
go
There
right.
are. Do you have to say that every time? Doesn't everybody else?
Quit being a sheep, BG. Okay.
The main character, Twilight, she became an Alcorn, which is a winged Pegasus. Everyone did not like the fact that she did because now it's like, oh, she's gonna outlive.
Hold on. What the hell was that noise, BG?
I'm trying to
That
think
was
from my
just shitting himself.
stupidity.
Go ahead, DA. All right.
I'm gonna say about 60% of the people did not like the fact that happened. they were like, oh, they're just Hasbro trying to sell toys, and oh, this could have happened, and what now? Because it ended with her becoming an Alcorn, and now it's just like, wait for season 4. Dun, 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 dun. So, the Ann Arbor trip that I was going on, it was ran by this one guy. He was one of the people just like, no, this is bull crap, and he just said, I'm not doing the stream.
Because he got butthurt.
Because he got butthurt about the occurrence. And it was going to be about 50 people there. He was just like, no, I'm not doing it. And he ran the stream. He reserved the room because it's in a college. They have to reserve a room. It's like a club, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Conference room.
So he canceled the room. He was just like, no, everyone go home. And that was because I was looking forward to it. That was the extremely butthurtness of that dude.
People get
that's the level of butthurt that these people are going through.
Okay, bad story.
There's this My Little Pony convention. It happened in Las Vegas.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
This makes me dread going to Las Vegas later this year.
It had 23 guests, the most of any pony convention. They reserved a giant hotel, all the convention space, and all this good stuff. Because of all the guests, they were planning 5,000 to 6,000 people easy to cover all the costs and whatnot. They got about 1,500. As such, the guests didn't get paid.
Oh no!
They had to stop the convention early Sunday morning.
Oh no!
People were getting kicked out of their hotel rooms because, the con discount, that was not upheld. So just like, either pay the extra $150 a night or you get out.
I have a feeling it was probably a lot more for Vegas.
Yeah, it was rooms where they were like $300 a night, but they were $100 for the con rate, and it was just like,
yeah.
There were people who had VIP packages, which included a lot of stuff. One of them was a comped hotel room, a suite. They got stuck with like a $1,500 bill. Apparently, Saturday night there was an alarm pulled.
Of course.
The coordinators of the con used that time to just bail. No one has seen them since.
Wow.
They literally took and ran.
They're on the run from the pony community.
So yeah, now there's a bunch of like donation drives and auctions, because there are still like 20 people stuck in Las Vegas because their accounts were overdrawn and all sorts of things like that. There's a bunch of donations and things like that to help them. There's voice actors just like, if by any chance I am getting paid, which is very slim, use the money to help the people that got screwed.
Yeah.
So there's good and bad with this whole thing.
How are they?
All just sounds bad to me.
How are they still in Vegas?
They had their accounts overdrawn.
No, how are they still in Vegas?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I'm like,
where are they sleeping?
Homeless? That's what I was wondering. But yeah, that's...
Well, there's people, I say, I don't mean to be mean, but most of them are Mexicans that, hand out the playing cards, the strip, which they're not playing cards, they're hooker cards.
Oh,
jeez.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting that they go into prostitution and pay their way back from a fraudulent con?
Yes.
Hey.
There's no sense.
How badly do they want to get home?
Yeah.
It's like, you want to get home, you gonna go suck this dick. I gotta quote Alex.
But yeah, that was a terrible occurrence, and now people are like, is Hasbro even gonna allow the voice actors to come back to pony conventions because of
Probably
this
not.
one thing?
Why not?
I would hope not.
Yeah, because there's been about 30 of them since the invention of them, and this is just the one occurrence that this has happened.
Yeah, I mean, one bag.
I genuinely hope that pony cons disappear forever.
Hey, I don't hope that, because it's just like people getting all mad that people want Raven and Injustice. It's like, oh, I'm tired of hearing these Titans fans say you just like her for the cartoon. So what? You're gonna the entire fan base. You don't want them to get to play a character they want to play because 7 people are annoying. You don't want these fans to be fans. That's like Youmacon getting shut down for one bad year.
Yeah.
Or all anime conventions for the next 3 years just completely shut down because one bad con happened. AC in 2010. So yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's still an ongoing occurrence.
They just bailed.
They just bailed. I read
Quickest way to not be a brony. Example A.
Hey,
Friendship
Oh,
is
it's not
magic,
a bad
but your
fight
money
game.
is better.
not as bad as the fighting game community.
that molester dude.
No. There was I can't remember what the tag was, but there was this one dude who ran this house for fighting game people. He paid them, he sponsored them, and they basically had to live in the house and run streams to keep. That was their rent basically. They provide a certain amount of content and viewership. Blah 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 blah. He did not keep them their fridge stocked.
Mm.
He barely paid them.
Mm.
Like at one point, one dude left, and he was like, "Okay, you can leave the house once you pay me the like $3,000 you owe me." Dude, yeah, that's pretty terrible.
That's called slavery.
It kind of is, but then they probably were somewhat contractually obligated. Then again, they're probably not, because people can leave and join sponsors however they want.
I mean, you go to a workplace to live,
Mm-hmm.
doing, in all intents and purposes, labor,
Yeah.
and the person gives you a home to live and food to eat. That's slavery.
But
No matter how you dress it up,
It's slavery.
it's slavery.
Slavery and
Fighting
thievery.
games.
Wow, what communities are we belong to?
So let's get this straight. It's friendship is magic, but slavery is finance?
slavery is finance.
Yeah, that's
In a way, yes.
The fighting
Very factual. Proceed. Very factual.
the fighting
But,
community is sexist. It is racist.
oh yeah.
It is thievery.
But one more thing about the whole con thing.
Okay, we'll end it after this.
Someone in 4chan broke down how much they got from all of the pre-reg and the vendors table and the all the stuff that they got. It balanced. It was about, I think it was about almost 15,000. And then they asked the hotel and all the convention places how much they needed to actually rent the place and all that. It was about 10,000. So when you add all the voice actors, I don't know how much they get paid, but they could have worked something out instead of just splitting.
They just dipsetted the fuck out of there.
Dips. Man.
It's like, how much? How much is this? 10? 10. Can we work it down to 7? No? All right, we'll be right back. I got to go to the bank. Dip.
Just like 10 o'clock in the morning, it's just like, nope, con shut down.
Ponies 11.
A whole nother
Oh,
day.
it's 11. Rarity's 11.
It's awful.
A whole nother day of con just gone. I feel
Ponies
terrible
11.
for those people.
I think that's the title.
What?
Sad to
Success.
say. The Ponies 11, I think that's the title.
Another title for BG.
Pony up.
I haven't really heard any good catchers, but that one was pretty good. All right, so we will end it there. 2 hours into it, long episode, but yeah. All right, so hopefully next week we can get the comic episode in. If not, then I'll think of something.
To some people.
I always do, but
Whoa, what?
Well,
That was horrible timing. That was horrible
Wait,
timing.
I didn't catch that. What just happened?
Well, I was gonna say I'll think of something I always do, and then like I said, I'll think of something, and BG's like rip into people, and then I say I always do.
Oh god.
Yeah, we'll end it there. Thanks again for tuning in, people. We will see you next week. Bye.
Latest.